It's all over for defending champions Pakistan in the ICC Champions Trophy 2025. After suffering humiliations against New Zealand and arch rivals India, their fate in the ongoing tournament heavily dependent on the New Zealand versus Bangladesh fixture. In order to keep surviving, Pakistan needed Bangladesh to come out victorious, but Kiwis had different plans. The Black Caps succeeded in the chase of 237 on Monday to seal a semi-final spot, but at the cost of Pakistan's elimination. Meanwhile, hosts Pakistan are facing severe backlash for what they endured in the Champions Trophy. Their dismal show has sparked the beginning of another storm in the management, with Pakistan Cricket Board looking to perform another surgery. According to PTI, the Mohsin Naqvi-led PCB is mulling over showing the exit door to selector-cum-coach Aaqib Javed and his team of support staff following the conclusion of the Champions Trophy. It has also been learned that PCB is now considering a complete overhaul of the national team's coaching staff. Obviously, there is backlash over the team's performance. The board hasn't decided yet on whether the team will have separate head coaches, but one thing is certain, the current support staff will be overhauled after the poor show in the Champions Trophy, the report quoted a source as saying. Appointed as interim head coach of the white ball team late last year after Gary Kirsten's resignation, Javed was later asked to take over as interim red ball coach for the series in South Africa and against the West Indies at home. PCB chairman Naqvi had high hopes for Javed, but the recent poor performances have forced the board to reconsider its options. With Pakistan set to tour New Zealand for 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs, the PCB is now prioritizing the hiring of new permanent coaches. The PCB has faced challenges in retaining coaches, with both Gary Kirsten and Jason Gillespie resigning last year. This has limited the board's option for foreign coaches, making it likely that former players will be considered for the job. The resignation of Kirsten and Gillespie came as one of the massive shockers. They left their respective roles amid significant internal conflicts with the PCB. Kirsten, who was the white ball coach, stepped down due to disagreements over his authority and lack of input in the team selection. On the other hand, Gillespie, the red ball coach, followed suit after the PCB failed to renew the contract of his recommended high-performance coach Tim Nielsen. Both of them were initially appointed to revive Pakistan cricket, but their tenure was marred by power struggles and administrative challenges. Once Pakistan's campaign in the Champions Trophy concludes, Naqvi will reportedly concerned with the Board of Governors on whether to retain the National Selection Committee or make further changes. In fact, the selection committee, when formed, created a huge commotion in the Pakistan cricket fraternity due to the background of a couple of its members. One of them is Aleem Dar, a retired ICC umpire, while the other is Hassan Chima, who has been an analyst, a well-known sports broadcaster, and has also served as a manager of a PSL franchisee. The Champions Trophy, the first ICC event in Pakistan since 1996, saw high expectations for the home team. However, the losses against New Zealand and India seems to be making it difficult for the PCB to attract sponsors for the men in green. The team's brand value is at risk. Critics have targeted Naqvi for his choice of selectors and captain, blaming him for the team's poor performances. Despite the disappointing results, the PCB has worked hard to make the Champions Trophy a success, investing approximately 1.8 billion rupees in stadium upgrades and providing top-notch security and hospitality. A Pakistani marketing professional even emphasized the importance of keeping fans connected to the team, noting that poor performance in the high-profile events like the Champions Trophy can impact sponsorships and advertising investments. Well, the road ahead for Pakistan is uncertain, but one thing is for sure, changes are coming as the PCB is determined to rebuild the team of coaches. Will the overhaul bring Pakistan cricket back on track? Do share your thoughts with us, but for more such updates, keep watching Cricket Next.